Hi, everybody. So calling the meeting to order at 7:04. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming, Patty. New member with us. Yeah. Hi, Mary. Good to see you. And Richard and Brandon and Scott. Thank you so much. And Abby's here. Yay. So we have first on the agenda the update. And Abby, if you're ready, you're welcome to go first.
Roll first.
Roll first.
With the update.
Roll.
Roll.
Roll
Oh,
call.
roll first. I'm so sorry. Brandon Marino,
Here.
Abby Velasco,
There we go. I am here.
Richard Niederman,
Niederberg, yeah, but who counts? Yes, here.
Karen Sarah here, Mary Mallory,
Here.
Patty Kirby,
Here.
and even Scott Mandel is here, even though he's officio.
I'm here.
Chief Joseph was going to be here, so I don't know if he's on the call. Let's see.
No.
Not yet. He might come later. I'll text him. He said he was coming.
When you talk to him again, just remind him to have a really good tale for our Luminaria. It's gotta be interesting.
Okay. Very cool. And I think Abby, do you want to go first with your update?
I think, do we have to do number 3? Do we have any public and committee
Oh.
comments, possible clarification of non-agenda items within the committee's jurisdiction?
Thank you so much.
Can I ask a question really quick before you do that?
Sure.
Were there any minutes to be approved from the prior meetings? No? Everything's clear? Okay.
No, sorry.
And why don't you do number 2 just so we don't have to come back to it since we've done everything else leading up to 5?
What's number 2?
Update by the committee chair and vice chair. At this point, we don't have any updates. Well,
I have.
the presentation number 5, at least on my end.
You don't have any updates? Okay.
No.
I have an update. I just put the I just gave Jeff the motion to submit for opening up Cahuenga. So, and the deadline is that we put on there was August 15th, actually. So I was really late putting that in, but I think it's just good to get it out there. Of course, they don't have to do it by August 15th, but it's good to get them, aware of that. It needs to be opened if it hasn't been opened already. So that's the only thing to update. And then number 3, I do not have a copy in front of me. I'm looking for it.
Barry has a comment. Go ahead, Barry.
Yeah, I was just going to say Paul Krikorian, upon me running into him on the street somewhere, said that just to me that the Campo will be open for our Luminaria without a doubt. So
Yay!
we have his word.
Good.
I can give a little bit of an update about talent for Luminaria. The Dickens Quartet said they would perform, but would want $300. The Handbells said they would want $300 instead of $250, but if they had to pay liability insurance, they wanted the $50 to cover the liability insurance. And the Big Band Group has not responded to my emails yet.
Oh, cool. Okay. And I'm almost there. I had it on my screen and then I don't know what happened. Here we go. Okay. All right. So then number 4, we have a budget motion for movies in the park. Abby, did you want to talk about that or
I do.
we just do it?
Yeah, one moment. Hang on. Hang on. There we go. Show. Showtime. There we go. So this is the Cultural Affairs September event, Movies in the Park, and it will be in September. And this is the we're gonna do a / Movies in the Park cultural event, Hispanic Latino Heritage Month, which is in September. And then Brandon did a great research about a little debrief about that month. So thank you, Brandon, and we'll get into that. So it is a partnership between Beeman Park and also CD4, which I'm very happy about of what we have accomplished as a committee. So the studio, the Beeman Park, it's the usual. We are going to be using the park, pretty much no fees. They're going to be helping a lot. But they are actually doing the collaboration with the sponsorship in terms of the film licensing and sound equipment. So Beeman Park is their partners are David Conk and Gina Covello, Compass, and they are the ones sponsoring the movie Encanto. For clarification, Disney is the sponsor. It is David Conk, Gina, and Compass. So not Disney. And thank you, Brandon. You created this mock-up. It looks great. It looks fantastic so far. It looks just minor tricks that we have to do with adding this logos. I think it will be okay. Brandon, you think? Adding those brand.
I already added all the logos for the
You already got 'em?
wheelchairs and removed the
Okay, so
Disney
this
logo.
is-
Yes, it's ready to go.
This is for Brandon's first, not the last masterpiece. This is the initial one. So this is just to get us an idea of where we are. So it is on September 10th. Initially, last month, we talked about maybe on the 17th. But CD4, Ms. Roman has an event that she has something going on that she will not be able to make it on the 17th, but the 10th is it's better. So we are planning on having the movie music, and the music is not a DJ, it's just going to be a boombox. So we'll see how, I'm sure that will be just to have some music around, and the taco stand. So equals FUN, fun. Let's see, this is the budget. So it looks like and maybe with Barry and Richard, some feedback. I just put 250. If you think we can pump it up, I can. So soft drinks, snacks. As you
Abby, a point of privilege here. Is my screen frozen? It's still on the Cultural Affairs September event
is that?
start page.
Oh,
So is mine. Mine is too.
you know what? Let me, I'm using the 2 screens, and I usually have this problem when I'm doing 2 screens. So let me just, is this, let me start all over then. Well, not all over, but sharing it again. There we go. Is this better? Do you see the budget now?
Yes.
Okay, good. Let me go back. There, you should see the budget here. So I just put in the budget about 250 for soft drinks, snacks, another 250. Barry and Richard, do you think that's sufficient, or should we pump it up?
It's sufficient, particularly since there's going to be tacos there.
Okay,
And is that a taco truck?
no, it's a taco stand. There's a difference.
So they can set up next to where our snacks and refreshments are. So it only makes sense to have the tacos next to the drinks.
Excellent. Barry, if I may make that suggestion, when I think you volunteered to put up the banner at Beeman Park.
Yeah.
So you want to talk to Adam, he is fantastic, and just let him know about how you feel that it will be better. I completely trust you 100% with my eyes closed on that setup. let him know, and then he would set up the canopies. I've requested 3 for us, 1 for the snacks, 1 for the taco stand, and 1 for us for or flyers or what we want to give away, I guess, just for us. So
Okay.
and I don't know if Raman is gonna need a booth, but that is really for them to request that. I don't want to get my
She
my-
makes 200 grand a year. She can arrange that with the park. We don't have to do it for her.
Okay, so I'm just thinking about our canopies, and I requested 3 to Adam. Are there any particular, how many chairs do we need? 4, 6?
I would say like 3, maybe 3 or 4 chairs for each of our 2.
Okay, so about a total of 8 chairs.
Yeah.
I can do that. I'll send an email and take care of that. So
And I'll get with Brandon for the inserts on the banners.
yeah, I really, I have nothing to say there. I completely trust Brandon and you on the inserts and the whole setup. The books, we've been chatting with mainly Richard, and I have sent an email and CC Brandon and also Scott regarding the activity books. It will be my idea. I'm thinking about something similar to what we did back in March. If we're able to do it, that's great. If not, I am not here to create any chaos or fight for it or argue. I'm just, as an educator, I advocate for children's literacy, to promoting literacy. If that's something that we are able to do, again, that will be great. If not, that's fine. And I think what we have going on, what we're planning, I think it's so far so good. So I've sent an email to Kim and CC Brandon as the vice president, and also Scott. So we're working behind the scenes on if we can get that approved before I send out the actual forms to Mariel NC funder. Yes, Barry.
I don't see why it specifically has to be approved, since we did this same thing in April and it was all signed off and passed through. Precedence has been set.
So I also agree with that, but Richard sent out an email, not necessarily questioning, but he just wants to be on the safe side, I assume, because he's a signer. But if Brendan or Scott are gonna have another credit card, I don't know if you guys want to be brave on that. I just want to be on the safe side.
Abby, it's just that $3.59 a pop.
It's
The
about
city clerk might
$3.
have an issue with it. That's the only reason. I think it's a great idea, but it's ultimately not our decision to make. It's the city clerk's decision to make.
So that's what I sent out an email to Kim, and as Barry said, this was approved last time and it was about the same. Actually, this is a lot less. It's about $50 less than last time. So again, I'm not here to argue. I just thought it was a nice idea. If it's approved by the city clerk, that would be great. If not, let's just move over and have fun with music, tacos, and getting together, and a movie, and getting all together. The Beaman Park is still requesting 684 for staff member. We already been through that, and I think it's pre-approved and it will be okay. And I'm just putting in an additional $316 just to make a nice solid $2,000, not to exceed $2,000. We never go over. It's been always been about the same, about 1,500. So this is roughly the budget that I have prepared for this event. Comments, questions, concerns, complaints?
Yeah, make sure that the taco people are approved by the city clerks. They want all kinds of stuff, licenses and insurance and weird stuff like that. So
That's a great comment, Richard, but the tacos, we are not paying for that up front. It's something that we already discussed behind the scenes, and actually CD4 working with Jorge, and CD4, it's coming directly from Nithia's Ramen CD4 budget. We are not touching that. We're not paying $1,800 up front and for the reimbursement, which is something that they did ask but it was just dealing with the paperwork. Kim and I think on a safe side, they are going to be paying for the tacos up front. So if they're paying for that, it is my understanding they're also going to be dealing with the insurance, but I'll keep my eye on it and also support as much as I can. So this project goes as smoothly as possible. But the vendor is Yummy Tacos, and it's all based on Yelp reviews. Apparently they're good. They're yummy. I don't know. Yes, Brandon.
Yeah, since we're cutting this really short, the city clerk, I don't know if it's a requirement, the 30 days ahead of the event, or it's preferably 30 days ahead of the event. Richard and I were in the meeting today for the financial officers meeting for the cards and the signees and everything. And I don't think they said it must be 30 days. I think they wanted to be 30 days just in case there's a couple of snafus and here and there, things they can work out, and there's plenty of buffer time. But since the board meeting is going to be on the 17th, and this is going to be on the 10th of the next month, that will be less than 30 days.
That'll be about
So
30.
do you
And I
think
will-
it would be preferable to speak to Mariel early before the board meeting and give her a heads up like something's coming?
I
And also the reason it's not on the 17th is because Nithya Raman can't
Moved
make it on the
it.
17th, so it was moved back to the 10th.
Move back. The original
So-
plan was to have it on the 17th, and it would have given us sufficient time for the budget proposal. But because it was recently moved, it really was out of my hands. I really
Okay.
wanted it to be, and initially, Brandon, when you and I were talking about it, we were thinking about maybe doing it in August, and I actually brought it up, maybe suggesting maybe a September, just to give us more time. And we're still at 3 weeks before the event. So yeah, it's something that I don't know if you check your email late this afternoon, but I sent out an email to Kim, kind of following up on some items, and I will follow up this week. I can only move as fast as everybody, as I'm allowed to. Barry.
I was just going to say sunset in Studio City on September 10th is 7:07. And since considering this is a kid movie, I think we should start at 7:30 or 7:45. I think 8 is too late. When it gets dark, people are wanting it to start.
Okay, valid point. And again, we were shooting for the 17th, and the date was moved. It was out of my hands. Let's see. So
So
far.
we can't point this.
No, I can't suggest it. This is the itinerary in a way, 5:30 to 7:30, and I know Nithya, so do you all feel that maybe the taco event should be from 5 to 7?
Yeah, and it also
Uh,
doesn't take half an hour to welcome and introduce sponsors.
No, it doesn't, but I'm just, it's easier to just block half an hour than 15 minutes or 20 minutes. And what if we have technology issues? I don't know. So if it starts before, then even better. So should we should I change it to from 5 to 7? Mix and mingle with tacos?
Well, keep in mind the Eventbrite link. I heard her name is Stephanie from LA City, who was doing the Eventbrite. I think that she's LA Parks. She actually had the movie beginning at 7:30, I think. And I said, well, Nithya Raman's supposed to speak, and there's supposed to be introductions, so should it be 8? And she said, okay, we'll make it to 8. So originally the movie was 7:30, but everything else, there was no 7:30 to 8 p.m. welcome and introduction of sponsors. I like what Barry said, but keep in mind, the banner everything would have to be set right now. The banner, the flyer I created, the Eventbrite listing, and coordinated with the parks and with everybody.
Yeah.
They would have to have the they would have to have the time set up right away so they can find
So
out.
how
Also,
about-
another thing before Barry chimes in, if Compass is handling the AV, I certainly hope it's not the same people last time.
I don't think so. And also, Jorge has been trying to, he also talked about sponsoring that. I believe he's on vacation And he should be getting back, either he's back or he should be getting back this week to tomorrow. So I'm hoping to hear from him tomorrow. Yeah, so that's where we are right now. And I do agree with you, Barry. But I'm hoping that 7:30, 7:45, and then we can start the movie at 7:45.
Well,
I just said,
how about just moving everything half an hour? So 5 to 7, mix and mingle, 7, welcome, and 7:30, the movie.
It sounds easy from my end because I just have a PowerPoint presentation, which is just presented to you, but I don't know how, there's a lot of strings that we got to pull behind the scenes. This is a collaboration that is just, we're not doing everything. It's a collaboration with CD4, and it's also the taco guy, and it's also the Eventbrite, and Brandon knows all the.
It's not worth the change. It just isn't.
And I think we should
Half
just,
an hour.
in another way, and sorry
Well,
for the
it
slant,
would
but
be worth it if we'd done it the right way to begin with and checked out when the sunset was.
we did
But
have
of course,
talked
nobody did that until
Okay.
I just looked it up.
Okay, Barry, there's no reason for no one to get
Yeah,
upset.
okay.
Having a conversation, and this is supposed to be a fun event for everyone to have fun. And there's always going to be some going around, but this is not a reason for anybody to get upset. If someone's going to be upset, then that person is not going to have fun. To have fun, especially we have tacos. Oh. No, but but you do have a valid point, Barry. But a lot of strings that we got to pull behind the scenes, and I do consider myself diligent, and I feel sorry for Brandon and Scott, but I am blasting their emails. I'm blasting their emails. Probably they see in the morning, they open their inbox and it's like Abby Velasco, and at nighttime, Abby Velasco. So I'm blasting their emails. There's a lot of strings that we're pulling together.
I think it looks great, Abby. Thank you. Yeah.
So, and I'm just hoping, Barry, that I do agree with you, and I applaud you, and I look out for you. And when I grow up, I want to be like you. But 7:45, I'm hoping that it's from 7:30 to 7:45. And then, all right, let's watch the movie, kids, because you guys got to be to bed. You guys got to go to bed at 8:30. I mean, 10:30.
Also, we don't know if Nithya Raman's going to be downtown that day. Most it's the weekend, probably not, but she might have some events earlier in the day.
Yes.
And they might have put her 7:30 to 8 because they figured she'd be back by then and give her a little bit of buffer time.
And also we're confirming, I am in talks. I am talking to, and I forgot his name. Sorry if you're listening, but it's the chief of, in my mind is like the manager. So Walker. I'm in talks with Walker and also Jorge. So we are still setting up the last time. It's not in pen. It's still pencil. This is in pencil. If that makes you feel a little bit Barry, make you feel a little bit Barry. It's in pencil, but I will bring it up, and it's not set in stone just yet, but this is what it looks like so far. I will bring up your concern. It's valid. I agree with you. If I had a kid, I would not, but it's Saturday, so I don't know. And I'm child development. It's like, all right, Saturday.
As a politician,
I just want to take a moment to welcome Chief
ahead.
Joseph to the meeting.
Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, good day.
All right.
Good day.
So,
Great
so
being part of this meeting again.
thank you. So just to close it, where are you? This is my motion, Brandon. I
Number
have
949. Yeah.
shiny new, Brandon. I'm making motions, so. I'm shining you, making motion. Barry, I'm shining you. If you need to chime in, all right, do it. You need to choose a motion. That's fine. I'll take it. I'm
I
shining.
think you would have to put the dollar amount in there.
Okay,
And,
good. So the Board of the Studio City Neighborhood Council approves the budget for up to,
not to exceed.
for not to exceed, okay. Where's my, okay. $2,000. 4, do I need to put 4?
Or movies.
for Movies in the Park, Hispanic Latino Heritage Month of September 10th, 2022. Does that sound good?
Used
second
for
it.
twice in the same sentence.
Or yeah, that doesn't sound right. That's what I
Approve the
thought.
budget not to, yeah.
Yeah, the first
Oh,
four.
wait, wait, wait,
First
wait,
should
wait.
come
And you're
out.
the one that got me on the poster. Use a period
Yes, I
after
know. It's like
after
the
the
period.
parentheses.
Oh my God.
This is this is
I need that.
around is fair play.
I know. I'm chewing up Brandon's, now you're getting back to me. I see how it is. Okay, I see.
Would you like to read it again?
Okay, the Board of the Studio City Neighborhood Council, SCNC, approves the budget not to exceed 2,000 for Movies in the Park, Hispanic Latino Heritage Month on September 10th, 2022.
Second. All those in favor?
Oh, those.
Do
in
we like do
favor.
this? Do we have to do this? No, we don't have to do it.
You should have discussed the motion first.
Oh, do we need to discuss
Ah.
it? Because
Yeah,
I
so once the
only.
motion's
I'm the
placed
one-
on the floor, you have to discuss it.
Okay. Hit it, Barry. How do I exit this?
I don't see any hands up, but does
I
the
don't see
public want to chime in?
Public? And I'm trying to exit here. Yeah.
Is a council member going to want to speak? She's a politician after all.
I think so. I think she, according to her head, she wants to show some love to Studio City.
Well, is it,
And it
Can't-
said, well, in my culture, we start from the stomach.
and isn't that happening at 7:30?
Yes.
Yes, okay, so everything's fine. So, does anybody want to discuss the budget motion? Nobody? All right, I think we can vote yes. All those in favor?
Thumbs up or
Right.
hand or something.
And thumbs up, or if you're calling, Chief, yes or no on the budget?
I'll say yes.
Yeah.
All right, so it's unanimous. Thank you, everybody. Wonderful. Okay, and the motion passes. Thank you.
Woohoo.
So the next step on that is submitting it to the budget committee, right? Is that correct?
Just send it to me,
Okay,
Okay.
exactly how it was passed. How
okay.
you just presented it. It'll be on the
Next,
board meeting
board
for
meeting, okay.
next week.
Scott, are you going to have a presentation by Abigail Velasco regarding that, or is she going to be presenting their PowerPoint to the board as well?
Of
And it
course.
should that be on the agenda?
Yeah, I'll have her name on there.
Okay.
And,
Not
So
to-
there's no
and,
budget. meeting?
Brandon, what I would like to request is the latest, and not right now because we're still working with the times, but I would need the last, your last masterpiece.
You're
It's
giving me a big head, Abby. Yeah. Whenever everything can be set, the moment you know the times, let me know. The times will be set long before the board meeting, and I'll fly it over to you right away.
I
I'll send it
actually
to
just
you.
sent out an email to Adam about, the behind the scenes strings that we're pulling. And then once I hear from him, I'm following up with Jorge tomorrow in the morning, somewhere in the morning, no later than noon. And we try to get, because also the taco staff, they want a time. They want that because they need to schedule the staff who's gonna be in charge of the taco stand. So they're requesting that, but Jorge is on vacation, which is valid. Everybody needs to relax.
Mhm.
All right, over, Carrie.
All right, thank you. So I think we're good. On to item
4.
4 or 5, I'm sorry. So discussion and budget motion for Luminaria 2022, the Board of, yeah. So we're going to look at the budget for Luminaria. And I will pull that up real quick. I have it. I had it. I think I have, oh, well, I'll go ahead and screen share. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay, so this is about the event, right? And Chief Joseph is here and he will be speaking at this event. Thank you so much. If you'd like to say a few words, that'd be great, or we can keep going.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Karen. No, it is always, I'm always grateful for, that you brought me up to, and Richard and Barry. And I've done this before, like many years ago, and I enjoyed it. I loved it very much. And, and God willing, this time, I know we've been going through a major change and, in the United States and globally in general. But I know that this event that's why it's called Illuminaria. But I know that it will bring a lot of light to a lot of people, a lot of hope. And that's what the main priority is to bring people back together again and to bring a very much unification so that we can, start embracing a better future for everybody. That's my whole point. And I believe that's the whole point of Illuminaria also too. And I'm very grateful to you, Karen and Barry and Richard. And I know that this will be very, very beautiful.
Thank you, Chief. I appreciate that. We really appreciate you being here tonight, and it's going to be a wonderful event having you introduce everybody. So, and say the wonderful things that you do. Your oratory is really special. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Karen.
And so the budget is in an email. Hold on. No. Are you seeing the document only? Are you guys seeing the document? Yeah, okay. So you can kind of see, like, I don't think we have an image this year yet, right? But we didn't make an image yet. We made one and then we didn't have it, right? That one last year. So does anybody have any thoughts about the budget before I open it?
I have a question really
Go
quick,
ahead.
Karen. Is it going to be? It says on the flyer it says December 2nd, one day, but on the agenda it says the 3rd and 4th. Is it going to be a 2-day event this year?
No,
No,
No.
yeah.
set up, Sunday is the event, and clean up.
Okay, so the
Setup
3rd
is
is set
Monday.
up and the 4th is the event, correct?
Mhm, that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
And it's
there's
only a
also
few
set
hours.
up on the 4th.
Okay.
They're set up both days. The event is the second day, and the cleanup is all the second day.
But
Yeah.
I don't understand why it says the Board of the City Neighborhood Council approves the budget for Luminaria 22 on December 3rd and 4th, 2022. The budget should only be for the 4th.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's only one day.
Okay. Okay.
So should be
I'm just trying to find my document.
at the bottom, and also at the bottom, it says December 2nd. Shouldn't it just be December 4th?
It should be, yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's from a previous year when the Sunday fell on December 2nd.
No, that's valid. That happened to me in the presentation that I sent. It was like, oh, shoot, I forgot to change. It's not the 17th, it's the 10th. And I went back and I had to send it all to send you all the revised presentation.
That's from last year. And then, yeah, I sent it around. I just had it and I don't know where it went.
Well, I don't think you have to change it right now. You can change it with at your, like, when you're relaxed. And you
Well, I
can-
have the itemized.
Can find all the buttons.
I thought it was in here.
No. Everything edit PDF.
Oh, on this one?
Because at the
It's
bottom
it's part of an advertisement that was on there. It's part of an old advertisement. It's not,
I know.
Yeah.
Change it later.
Tickets again this year, so we something to hand out at the farmer's market. Also, they put it on their windshield so they can park for free.
Hold on. I'm gonna shrink this. And then,
Shall
um,
I try to get Harvard
or,
students to help set up? We normally do.
you could. Let's see. We normally do. Okay.
Which students
nice.
were you talking about?
Stacy Marble, Richard.
I didn't hear you. What?
I said contacting Stacy Marble.
Exactly what my idea was.
Who's that?
He's like the PR person for Harvard Westlake School.
Okay.
And an alumni. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Um, okay. Let's see. There we go. Got it. I'm not sure you guys can see it. Let's see. There we go. There it is. Okay, so Mary, you said, yeah. So just one musician would want 300, right?
No, the Bell Group said they wanted 300, but if they have to pay for liability insurance, they wanted 350 because that was an extra $50 they weren't expecting.
Oh, okay.
And then the Dickens Group would like to go up to 300.
Oh, okay.
I have not heard back from Jess of the big band group. I have to contact them again.
Okay. Do we usually have another group too, or?
Usually there were like 4. So I would have to try to track down like another either dancers or a guitar player or something like that, unless we have something else, or Chief Joseph has some of his friends that could do something or that kind of thing.
And we could move around some of the funding, I think. Because I made it 5,500. It was originally 5,000. So I didn't really know where to add, the inflation. And clearly that's one place that it goes, right? So,
So we gotta check performers fee. I'm still shocked with mariachis. They used to charge $350 an hour for 6, and now they are $750.
oh wow.
That's a little high.
Yeah.
I mean, if they could charge like 300 or 350, then they could do like another. I think they've been doing like half an hour, 45 minutes each type of thing.
No, I'm not trying to bring mariachis here. I was just thinking about for the September event, because I did think about it.
Oh.
Yeah, not for this one. So no, and then the mariachis would only play for 2 hours minimum time, so they want 1,500 up front. So that's what I was just kind of thinking about for the entertainment cost, that to check on this, because I know inflation, everything went up. Everything went up.
Karen, what's the entire budget? 4,700 plus supplemental budget of 300.
I think that might be incorrect.
Last time they added 300 to the budget. I'm glad they did, because the insurance, I think that,
Was that the budget from last time? The entire
Yeah.
that line right there, was that the 2018 or the 2019
was.
budget?
That's when the total was 5,000. Yeah.
Okay, but it doesn't say that's the budget from the prior Luminaria.
No, I used the same document and didn't see that to correct it. So,
Okay.
yeah, it would probably be, now it would read 5,000 plus supplemental budget of 500.
Now, Richard, let me ask you a question, or Barry, you probably know, how many tea lights do we need?
Tea lights?
We may not need that many. We have to see of the ones we used last time, if they're still good.
Okay, how many do you need? Like, are we talking about 100, 200, 300 lights,
4,000.
4,000?
Yeah.
The tea lights plus kind of the regular string lights, you know. I want to have lots of them so that it looks good.
No, and I'm sorry for the question, and, sorry for the ignorant question, but I'm just looking at Amazon right now, 36 tea lights. I'm sorry, 72 tea lights for $36. So that's what I'm saying. How many tea lights do we need? Because if we, and I have no idea, zero idea, like -10 idea. And how many tea
Sure.
lights we need. Because then that money could be used for something else, but I don't know. 'cause
We
I've
we
never-
got them cheap 3 years ago.
Yeah.
How many? I'm going by the
Thousands.
1,000. Okay, ooh, okay, so Richard, 4,000.
Yeah, so it was like 1,000 for, I don't know,
1,000? You think 1,000?
or
No, several thousand actually.
Several, is that several, 2, 3, 4,000?
they think they need 4,000 because the lights go all over the property.
I
So
think
does
the
that seem like
5,500, the 5,500 looks fine.
Okay,
Just, say the motion should say not to exceed 5,500, although I
Okay.
think entertainment should be bumped to 1,200 from 900.
I
Yeah,
agree.
So I don't know if you
So
want to
I'll rearrange it.
take 300 from something else.
Okay, yeah.
Where do the
I agree.
lanterns come from? Are they already made or?
They're white paper bags.
I know, but that's not on the budget. Is it?
It's
You have the tea lights.
miscellaneous.
Miscellaneous.
It's actually always been bought with the refreshments.
900.
Okay.
Okay, we're good.
Okay.
So yeah,
Because we get them at the same place.
3,000. See, I'm learning from Kim. I pay attention to Kim when doing the budget here. So 3,000 divided by 72, so it's 41.
cool. Yeah. All right, so maybe we could fashion the
Oh, 70.
motion. The motion's on here, right?
Are you just going to say it up to amount?
Yep.
Yeah, I think
Up
Up
to,
to 5,500?
you should bump it up a little bit.
oh, really?
I think that total is fine because we're not going to spend 500 to rent a truck. Most of those numbers are overinflated, but
Okay,
are good to be what they are just in case. But I think entertainment should go to 1,200. That's the only thing I
Okay.
have a problem with based on what people have been saying about entertainment costs tonight.
yeah,
Me
I
too.
agree.
Little entertainment that I have researched, and they're not even on holiday dates. Just little research, it's more expensive.
Also, the insurance is probably gonna go up also. That we have to get that for Metro.
Well, how much do you want to ask for? Barry thinks 5,500 is enough. I think it's enough, but
I think we can ask Paul Krikorian.
pardon?
We can ask Krikorian to get some
For-
things waived.
Yeah, I think I agree. We can ask for some
So the
help.
question is this motion good for this month, or should we do it next month when we contact Krikorian and everybody and get a clearer understanding of what the budget's going to be? Is
Let's go.
is September too late already for Luminaria? Is that usually September, October when the budget's passed, or is it usually passed in August?
Have to be passed pretty early because we have to contact again, the insurance have to contact Metro because it's a parking lot. And, and of
To
course,
preserve it.
the Park and Recs. Although we probably don't want to have a problem with Parks and Recs. We're pretty good that way.
And we got 5,000 last year, so it's not a stretch, to get 500 more.
Okay,
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So the motion would be the board of the City Neighborhood Council, SCNC, approves the budget for up to 5,500 for Luminaria 2022 on December 4th, 2022.
Did that include Barry's suggestion about upping the entertainment costs?
Yeah, I've got to rearrange the budget.
It's
Yeah.
the with the same amount of money, but just in a different location.
Yeah.
also,
And there's a possibility we may get a truck from the studio center, because we have in the past, except we didn't the last in 18 or 19 for sure, because Michael Klausman was gone, but now he's back running the Radford Studio Center. So we may not even have to rent a truck. We'll keep your fingers crossed.
Does that motion need a second?
you can drive it, yes.
Did that motion need a second, Brandon?
I'll second it.
Hang it.
Okay, discussion.
Another thing we have to sell, it's not just the money. We have to get volunteers from the board to actually do some of the work. Set it up.
Yep. I'm
Well,
sure we will.
this event needs to be like a requirement of board members to be at.
Yes.
Unless they're giving birth to a child or something, or having open heart surgery, they damn well
I'll
better
send
be
out-
there that day.
Yeah, I'll send out.
Including Mr. Summer. Mr. Summer.
I think we can suggest with a firm tone that, what is it, 10-hour minimum, Scott?
Yep.
On our was it our
Per
operating
calendar
procedure
year,
bylaws?
10 hours, or they'll be removed from the board.
Yeah, and I think some board members have like a negative number there. So
Well, they can get half of their time, right? On this.
That's right. In one day they can get half their time. Then they have another 6 months to do the other 5 hours.
I got my pen ready. Hey,
Holy shit, are we
Hey,
gonna out him?
you're on negative numbers right now, according to Barry. Time for you to shine, December.
Okay, so
There's all
ready to vote.
from helping Barry in the kitchen to park attendants to greeters. There's all kinds of jobs for people. We will not run out of jobs.
Okay, I'm just gonna do this.
We could probably.
Are there
create
any
for the
objections?
No, I was just coming up with ideas now. Piggyback right on what Barry said. Come up with the list of items that, what do I do? Here's the list. As a secretary, I'll keep track of that list.
There's
Okay.
actually
Any
a list
objections to the
sitting in
motion on the table?
There's a list.
Any objections?
There's a
to the
list
motion?
sitting in the office from the one 3 years ago.
See? Come on.
Hello?
I want to see the list.
I need a gavel.
What do you need, Karen?
Karen, are we not letting you talk? We're too excited.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I'll be quiet.
So, okay, so any objections to the motion?
No.
None, so the motion passes. Thank you very much.
Well, you should do a hand count.
Oh.
Yeah, it should be.
Yes.
You can't pass a motion without objection. It has to be a roll count.
Not a budget motion, right? Okay.
Unanimous, right?
Chief Joseph,
I
yes,
think-
thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
I agree with you, Terry.
All right, yay. Okay, next. Oh, I've just opened the wrong. There it is. Okay, Item 6. Discussion and possible motion with regards to council file 210470, title 4047. Address 4047 4155 North Woodsett Avenue, 12506, 12630 West Valley Spring Lane, Studio City Golf and Tennis Club, Historic Cultural Monument. Scott Mandel, Patty Kirby, Terry Austin can make comments. And we also have another, we have a motion that has been written, but I'm
Yeah,
happy to open.
I can share screen and sort of take it
Oh,
from here.
great. Thank you, Scott. Okay.
If you'll allow me. I do want to set this
will.
up.
How do I
What-
not? Multiple.
Before I screen share, I
Yeah.
actually got involved with this because I've seen what you guys have been trying to do for a couple different committee meetings, and you got something before the board once before that was pretty much shot down. So I sort of took it upon myself to sort of reimagine what it is I think you guys were trying to accomplish and say in a way that I think might get some traction in front of the board. So this is not my support or opposition for what it is you're trying to do, although I will vote when it comes before the board. This is my interpretation of what Cultural Affairs is trying to do. So I'm going to share the screen. I'm a fast talker, so tell me to slow down when I'm talking too fast. There'll be an
Slow
explanation.
down.
And here we go. With regards to Council File 21-0470, title 4047 to 4155 North Woodsett Avenue, 12506 to 12630 Valley Spring Lane, Studio City Golf and Tennis Club, Historic Cultural Monument. The Board of the Studio City Neighborhood Council posted a Community Impact Statement, CIS, to this council file in support of the applicant Teresa Austin's Historical Cultural Monument nomination form. The Board of the Studio City Neighborhood Council would like to clarify the record as follows. The motion approved by the Studio City Neighborhood Council is clearly in support of the original application and findings of the Historical Cultural Commission, after which revised findings by the Plum Committee were approved by the City Council that substantively altered the original application and original findings. As such, the record indicating that the Studio City Neighborhood Council being, quote, for the council file as adopted is incorrect. We are putting forth this motion to clarify our position as well as notifying CD2, the location of the property at the time of the vote, and CD4, where the property is now located due to redistricting
Nice.
of our position. Okay, so, and then it follows a historical timeline of what happened. I'm sort of gonna paraphrase here. I don't know if you guys are gonna want this as a motion or the second page explanation, but July 4th was when the nomination application form was submitted. All of these are linked. So there's a link to each one of these things. I'm gonna scroll down to the key. Actually, I'm gonna move to a different screen. And you should be able to see this. Here's the gist of it. On this day, I'm scrolling back to the top really fast. This was the agenda at the LA City Council on Wednesday, September 29th at 2021.
Oh, wait, I'm not seeing it, Scott.
Oh, do you guys not see what I'm scrolling?
No,
Might go back
I see
out
it.
and share your screen
Do
again.
you see, does it say agenda, LA City Council?
Nope,
No.
we're at the bottom of the document you were showing before.
Oh, okay, let me do that. And let me do that. Yeah, I guess it didn't switch over. Now you see agenda,
Right.
LA City Council, yes?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Okay. So here's the meat of the issue. So
Yeah.
I'm going
Nothing on the
to
agenda.
find the word golf. So on that date, item 21, this is the revised findings. And you can see at the bottom, this is what the city council voted on.
Oh,
And
right.
it says community impact statement for Reseda, NoHo, North Hollywood, Bel Air, Panorama City, Greater Valley, Glen, North Hollywood, Studio City, Sun Valley. All of these neighborhood councils were in support of what was the original application before it was amended. So this motion, as I wrote it, is to correct that, because what it says that Studio City Neighborhood Council voted for was something completely different to what was actually on the agenda that day that was passed. So let me stop and restart again and go back to.
And was the council vote unanimous that day?
Yes.
Yeah, it was kind of
And
packaged
no
in.
wonder it was, seeing all those NCs that are for it and nobody's against. Of course they'd all vote for it.
The planning meeting was one vote. And then, yeah, that was the council. That was the
But yes,
council
when it
vote.
made it,
This
to the
wasn't even
council,
discussed, Barry.
y-
I've seen that meeting. It was just packaged in with a bunch of other motions. It
So-
just,
Yeah.
there was no discussion.
So further down, here's the verbiage that changed. You can see, you're seeing my screen share now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
what's underlined here embodies the distinctive characteristics of a style, type, period, and method of construction as an excellent example of a 1950 community golf course. Emphasis is added. It obviously wasn't underlined, but that was the original recommendation. And it changed to a recreational facility. So that's the rub right there.
And there was no prior posting. There were no posted findings. There was no, no one knew except the lobbyists that this was happening.
So what our board approved and what all the other neighborhood councils approved was the application for a example of a 1950 community golf course. And then it was changed to a community recreational facility. It doesn't sound like much, but it actually substantively changed what our neighborhood councils was for. And I'm not going to speak to the others, but they were also in support of what we were in support. We sort of led the charge. So this, in my mind, sets the record straight and then notifies CD2 and CD4 that what we originally supported, what the council file said we supported, is not what we voted, what the board voted to support. All these links, it links to the original council file, it links to the motion that our neighborhood council, in fact, let me just show you that real quick. I'll screen share again.
And can't you say 11 other neighborhood councils were with us on this?
If you want to amend and add that, sure, that's fine. I mean, we're speaking just for us. If this passes our board, then my recommendation would be then to reach out to the other neighborhood councils and not even mention them yet. But if you can get the votes, reach out to those neighborhood councils and see if they will support.
I just think both council members should know that up front now.
Oh, that the other councils supported the original motion.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
But we don't want to speak for them, so I want to be careful. I want to be careful about that. Here is our community impact statement. Hold on, open.
But the 11 others did in their CISs state something similar to us, did they not?
Oh, there was one no vote. Somebody voted no. It wasn't unanimous for us. There was one nay. I wasn't on the board at the time. I was at the meeting. Are you seeing my screen share where it starts off community impact statement at the top?
Nope.
Okay, so I have to stop and
Yeah.
restart.
Can I say something?
Sure,
Sure.
Patty.
The other neighborhood councils supported the Studio City motion. So they all agreed and rewrote it that they supported pretty much, they actually did what the Studio City motion read. So I think we should put in there, like Barry suggested, just add along with 11 other neighborhood councils.
Are you seeing my screen share now?
Yep.
So here's
Yeah.
here's the original motion. It's short,
Impact,
it's
yeah.
clear. It's from 2021 in May before the new board was seated. And it supports Terry Austin's.
Well, it supports the historical commission's findings, original findings, as well as the other neighborhood councils did. So we have a copy of every neighborhood council's letter, CIS, which states that. So it's not worried about whether or not we're speaking for them. They voted to support the historical commission's original findings.
Original finding, yeah.
So do you guys think that should all be linked to in here, or just see attachments from the however many other neighborhood councils who stood with Studio City in support of this, however you want to change it?
It might be online still. I don't know. We can check because all the CIS, the 11 neighborhood councils CISs are online. So we could just put that link in there if it's still up. It's been,
Oh,
Let me.
Yeah, they're on the council file.
I'll go there right now. Hold on. Bear with
oh, you
me.
think they're in there? Yeah.
Open hyperlink. Okay, I
Hmm.
probably have to reshare again, right? You're not seeing the LA City Clerk?
It might be effective to
Not yet.
list them all in the motion.
Are you seeing the clerk's page right now?
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if we go down, so let's see, for example,
There you go.
Yeah, they're all there.
should I
Yeah.
do Greater Valley, Glenn? You want to click that?
Yeah.
You need me to click
Sure.
that? Okay.
Sure.
Did you see did the PDF open?
Yep.
Okay. Well, they
Oh, I know,
they
right?
specifically say community golf course as well.
Yeah, they do.
So
Because it is.
if
And
Their
it's a-
summary is better
and
than
it's-
ours.
It's like the it's an urban forest. It reminded me of the forests that I used to go to when I was a kid. Like, yeah.
so
So
pretty
if-
much all of the neighborhood councils have this same reference.
They all have the same kind of statement.
So you can link this, this council file if people want to
Yeah.
read them.
Yeah.
the council, the main council file is linked in the motion.
Yeah.
So
So
it's
you
all
can
there.
just mention it again that
If you want to add, if you
Wouldn't
guys want
be
to add a
awful.
line,
Yeah, to download all the PDFs and put them in one Google file. Like I could do that.
Or just say the 11 other neighborhood council support is in this council file and give
Yeah.
the
I think
link.
that's all we need to do.
Yeah, I think
Well,
you're right.
I got a question. Is this a bait and switch we're talking about here, where all the neighborhood councils, including ours, supported something and at the last minute it was switched
Exactly.
to give a different meaning?
Yep.
If that's the
It got
case,
And that's
gutted.
why there's
if
a
that's the-
lawsuit now.
well, if that's the case, then I don't know if that should be alluded to in the motion. Maybe that's too harsh a language, but that's exactly what happened. Like what you guys are saying, the city council voted on this, saying, "Well, look at all these neighborhood councils supporting it." This is not what we supported. I mean, if anything, we should be able to recant our support for this and say, "No, we want it back. We're not supporting this."
I don't think we want to really go
We
there.
don't want to do that. Yeah.
No, you know what? If this is something if the city council likes to do, they shouldn't be doing this. If they really value the neighborhood council system, which apparently they don't, if they want to keep doing this, we should smack them across the face and say, no, you can't do this. You can't suddenly say in the 11th hour and 59th minute, let's change a term here or there and make it seem like something completely different after we've supported a council file with different language.
So
You can't
just so
do
you
that.
know, there is a lawsuit addressing this.
Yes.
Mhm.
And so they're gonna be, their hands are being slapped as we speak.
So is the question, Well, okay, it's Terry's lawsuit, I believe, but
No, it's the
not.
no, it's not
No.
Terry's lawsuit.
It's
It's
a,
Save Weddington
Got it.
organization against LA City for the misrepresentation of or the changing of the language from the
So
historical.
here's a question, a follow-up to that. This lawsuit is pending. Does it freeze up the city council file regardless of the vote? They can't move on it until the litigation is completed?
Right,
Okay. So so the historical status of Weddington is frozen until a court decides what's going to happen with this lawsuit.
right. It'll be part of the DEIR, the final DEIR.
And also, that would also suggest that Harvard Westlake can't do a thing to the property until the lawsuit is handled and the city council can take action subsequent to the lawsuit being completed, correct?
Well, that is correct, except they can start stuff without they can't get permits. But if they want to start things and then get the permits later, but if they don't get the permits, then they have to put everything back as it was.
I was under the impression that I guess what's his name, Peter Austin, tried that at Sunswept and got his you-know-what kick. He tried to start doing things without permits, and they stopped him in his tracks.
Right. So I doubt Harvard Westlake would start anything, but you never know. So it is in the work. It's in pendings. It's it's now part of the DEIR. And that's why we requested another reason we requested a revised DEIR.
Is the pending lawsuit in this motion? Is it referenced?
No, there's a reason we didn't do that, and because I don't know the reason, but I think it's not a good choice to put that lawsuit in there.
I would recommend we don't make any mention of that.
The issue is just that what the neighborhood council voted for and approved was not what they ended up voting for. So it was a bait and switch.
I just emailed everybody.
And also,
yeah, I got it.
So if you guys want to insert anything or remove it, it's yours to do.
Okay, cool.
If you want to add any reference to all the other neighborhood councils as attached PDFs or just links, that's fine too. If you want to, but I wouldn't go too harsh. I would just simply say, I mean, kind of like what I wrote.
I think what Scott has for this
as such, the record indicating that the City Neighborhood Council being for the council file as adopted is incorrect. I mean, that's
right. It's hard. Yeah.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
We have to keep it simple.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, the timeline that I document with all the links in the order that everything occurred is a bit detailed, so all the information is there, and of course that's fine. But I think the meat of the motion is what you guys are trying to say. The board didn't approve this, it got changed, and the council file says that we did. I mean, I think that's a pretty good basis to start. You could always move. Anyway, it's your motion now.
Thank you.
So
So
knock
we
yourself
can
out.
discuss
I
it.
just tried to put it in a
Fair.
format that you guys could work from. So hopefully the bones are there for you guys to craft something.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put it into a Word document and then we can just work on it. Let's see.
and the
We need
reason
to
you
vote
don't
on
want to
it.
mention the lawsuit is because Weddington is suing the city, and the neighborhood council is an arm of the city. So essentially, that lawsuit indirectly is against us as well because we are an arm of the city. So that's why you don't want to go there.
That's correct.
Thanks, Perry.
Here he has it correct. That's all.
Okay. Can everybody see it? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
Yes. Oh, big.
And then I think we wanted to put in that there are 11 other, right?
right.
So maybe,
Just say along with 11 other,
Or as were those of 11 other neighborhood council CISs, right after the word commission.
Could it say the board of the Studio City Neighborhood Council approves a clarification of a record, or approves the clarification?
the record. It's,
Well, we have
and
to approve or oppose something. So the vote is you approve it or you oppose it.
oh, really? Okay. And then there's, wait, I'm not sure how this fits. Do we, it's like like there's,
The
you
board of the
know, the
Studio City Neighborhood
reference.
Council approves to clarify the record regarding something that, a vote, a council, regarding council file, blah, 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 21047.
start out the sentence with the Studio City Neighborhood Council approves. And then,
Approves to clarify the record.
A clarification.
No, approves the clarification of our support for Council File 210470. Our initial support of Council File 210470. Because initially it was a different council file. It was read differently. No, approves the clarification
Oh,
of
approve.
our initial support, the clarification of our initial support of Council File 21-0470.
Any chances to come back to haunt us? Because if we ended with nothing at all, it would not be good.
What?
No, because our initial support was for something that was written differently, and they changed it at the last minute.
I know, but I'm just saying thematically, I don't want to have no declaration at all that it qualifies as a historical cultural monument. Why don't you think
Well,
it's,
is this motion about that, or is it about specifically the alteration of the council file without our knowledge? I think that's what Scott's doing here.
Mm-hmm.
no? I'm just afraid that the people on the council are not gonna like having their hands slapped to put a, to
Well,
put.
that's too bad.
Oh, we don't like it when they change things in
Well,
the
of course they
Sunday,
won't like
Monday
it.
morning at 5 a.m.
Okay,
They have to play
Richard,
nice also. If they're not
they-
playing nice, we're not playing nice.
can I give some context about this? They had a special meeting at 9 a.m. in the morning, a special plum committee meeting at 9 a.m. in the morning. They did not publicize a change in the findings, which is required. So that, I don't know if that's illegal. I think it is. Wouldn't it be illegal if we did it? We don't ever do that. So, and then if you listen to the calls, the only people that knew about those changed findings were the people representing Harvard Westlake. So it's very, very obvious that, this was done to, well, it was just done.
Should we put on this motion a
Mm-hmm.
reference to when was it, Scott? When was it? Was in April of 2021 that we passed this motion?
Is he still on the call?
it's on the timeline.
Where? So should we say the board of the Studio City Neighborhood Council approves the clarification of our initial support of Council File 210470 on April,
Sure.
by
Yeah.
board vote on April blah blah 2021?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know the exact
Right here?
date.
Is that where you put it?
Ask Scott. He wrote a lot of this, but I think that
I'm gonna look it up. Hold on. a second.
I just think it'd be a nice reference to show that
April
the date we voted for it was before the city
2021.
council voted on it.
I have a copy of it.
It was April 15th, 2021.
Thank you, Patty.
At the bottom, it says applicant Teresa Austin. Should it say applicant Save Weddington?
No, because Teresa Austin did make the application.
Yeah, she
Okay.
did. This looks good, after which. I would love to say like unpublicized.
Do
I
we
don't
know for
know.
a fact it wasn't publicized, or was it very late?
Yes, we know for a fact it wasn't. That's why we have a lawsuit.
But would that like what Barry was saying, would that reference the lawsuit if we say that? Because
Yeah.
it's
Oh, it
specifically
would,
pointing
okay.
towards
Go
it.
there?
Yeah.
Don't need to do it,
So I
after
think-
which.
I think, like Scott mentioned, is we need to make it as clear as possible for the board members to grasp it and not
Yeah,
take 5 hours to explain this again. So it's just clear cut.
Can't we all just get along?
Remember,
Yeah.
you're writing for the board to
right.
approve, not for the council.
Right.
So I think getting something into the council file that pretty much says, we didn't support this.
Okay. I
And
see.
you
Question,
said-
a question, Scott.
Sure.
When we approve, if we approve this, I'm not going to say when, it hasn't arrived at the board yet. Would a copy of this go to every neighborhood council who previously supported this council file?
Sure,
That's
we would,
what they
we
can,
would
yeah.
send it. The corresponding secretary would send it to whoever was listed on the distribution list, right, Barry?
Yeah, that's an excellent idea.
I mean, we'd send it to everybody, and then if somebody were to call the other.
And Raman and Krikorian, and then
Sure.
all the council members on the Plum Committee.
Right.
And the neighborhood councils.
To all the cultural, the cultural committee, all of those members,
Well,
to let them know that
I was
their
talking
findings were screwed with.
I was talking specifically about the neighborhood councils, like Toluca Lake, Valley Village. Will they get copies of this as well?
We can copy whoever we want.
Okay.
I mean, if that's, yeah.
Meeting. Only 2 days away.
I don't know. Fine. Does anybody want to add or subtract anything?
If you like it, you can read it out, then somebody can second it. We'll go to public and committee discussion and then vote. I think it
Okay.
looks good.
The Board of the Studio City Neighborhood Council approved the clarification of our initial support of Council File 210470 by board vote on April 15th, 2021. This motion approved by the Studio City Neighborhood Council, weren't we going to say other councils? Is clearly in support of the original application and findings of the Historical Cultural Commission. After which revised findings by the Plum Committee were approved by the City Council that substantively altered the original application and original findings. As such, the record indicating that the Studio City Neighborhood Council being for the council file is adopted is incorrect. We are putting forth this motion to clarify our position as well as notifying CD2 location of the property at the time of the vote and CD4 where the property is now located due to redistricting of our position. So maybe we add and 11 other councils here.
I don't think we talked for the other neighborhood councils, just us. And then, no, I don't think we should do that.
Oh, really?
No, because we're
There,
not speaking for them. We're just speaking for us.
Well,
okay.
If they want to come up with their own, they want to copy this motion and just
Oh,
put
yeah, we could
themselves there,
send
they
it.
can.
Yeah, okay.
And I bet if we CC them, most of them probably
They
will.
will. I know they will, and that'll be good. So, okay, cool.
Scott can bring it up at the bank meeting. We're 2 days away.
I
Okay.
second the motion.
Thank you, Brandon. Discussion. Anyone?
I think we had enough discussion.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I
All
got
right.
it.
You got it?
I was very quiet. I'm absorbing the information.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me just check and make sure
Now you gotta take attendance.
nobody's raising their
Brandon is going
hand.
to-
Okay, we're good.
Right.
All right. I'll call out the names, and you can say yes or no, right? Hold on. And I will keep track. Okay, Brandon,
Yes.
Abby,
Yes.
aw, Chief Joseph. He's still on the call?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
thank you, Chief.
Oh, yeah, there he is.
Okay, and
Yeah.
Mary Mallory? Is she here?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yes, thank you. And Patty Johnson, or I'm sorry, Patty Kirby.
Yes, yes.
Okay, and Barry Johnson,
Yes.
all right. And Richard Niederberg,
Yes.
nice. Oh, hi, Terry. And Scott Mandel. You don't have to vote, I guess.
I'm gonna vote at the board meeting and abstain here in the committee because
Okay, cool.
yeah,
That's cool.
thanks.
Okay. All right. I think I got everybody. It's passed. Motion passed. Cool. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Patty. Yeah. Amazing. So, wow. Okay. On we go to the board. Okay. And next, final comments, I think. Is that right? Any comments from the board? Anything going forward, or
I have one comment.
go ahead, Scott.
I'm probably going to send out an email blast on Sunday to remind people of our board meeting and a few other things. If you have flyers or anything coming up, farmers market, luminaria, movie night,
Mhm.
anything, I'll stick it in the email blast and make
great.
mention of it. And it'll go to like 2000, I think 2,200, 2000, something like that. So if you have something
on the 21st.
I think Luminaria is too soon, but the
that's
movie
fine.
isn't.
So whatever you got, get it to me before Sunday.
September.
And,
Yeah.
and I'll just include it in the email blast, because what we had discovered was people who sign up for agendas and such on
Weren't
our
getting them.
website, they don't get anything. They don't get agendas. They don't get anything other than email blasts that I send out. So they
Yeah.
have to sign up at the city for the agendas. So many people who were waiting for our agendas never got them, because our website, this is not our new website. This has nothing to do with Brandon or anyone. This is the way the website was designed,
Mhm.
and it's going to be fixed. So
Cool.
I want to load up the next email with whatever you guys got.
That's
Thanks.
great. Any other comments, ideas? Go ahead, Abby. Oh, are you mute?
So Scott, sorry, you just mentioned it, but just for clarification, because I am going to be sending an email to Mrs. Rahman's office. We need a solid date by Friday, because we need Brandon needs to finish up his creativity Saturdays to submit it to you by Sunday. Okay, got it. Just for
If it goes out in mine, Brandon has official permission to use the MailChimp account to send out information on all these events.
Ah,
Okay.
cool.
Oh,
So if you don't get it in time for me, then you'll bug Brandon. He's got the password. He knows how to use MailChimp and Photoshop and everything
That's
else.
awesome.
And he
I
can
got
send out
Brandon. Email, cell phone, I'll be blasting you, Brandon. Just for clarification, it's not me. I'm
Exciting.
as of today
I
trying to.
don't think you want a
implement-
cartoonist taking control of your MailChip account, but
But I need to get that data, that solid date, and for Barry, that final agenda, and I'm keeping track. I'm writing my little notes, and I will do that. Now, just circling back, and just excuse my brain. It was a while back, or maybe not so while back, but a few months ago, that I mentioned that Cultural Affairs was going to have its own website. How's it going? Because we have a lot of events going on with Cultural Affairs. Karen and I, we're busy.
yeah. Well, when we have this new website all cleaned up, because there's still a lot of bugs in it, then the committee chairs will get passwords, username, and they'll have user access to the website, but only their page. You won't have full super admin access, just access to your page.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about maybe putting together a Zoom meeting for the committee chairs so we could just go over how to do it.
That's a great idea.
But
Yeah.
there's still a few things in this, like, I don't know, the minutes to the board meetings, which I put up, by the way, but we still don't have the minutes from like 2020 and 2019. Don't know what they
Ah,
are.
cool.
And we just have to kind of work that out. Once that's all done,
Okay.
no problem.
No, and I appreciate that, Brandon. I don't need full blast access to that. I'm still getting my feet wet. My kind of like when you're washing your hands, you just want to do your fingers and your tiptoes first, and then I want to do like oh. So I'm fine. I am grateful for your help, for your support. Thank you so much. Thank you, Karen. You did
Thanks, Abby.
well. I'm so happy to be working with you. So I look forward to continue collaborating with
Cool.
y'all. So,
Yeah. Thank you, Mary, for making those calls and finding out what we needed to move
thank
things
you
around.
so
Yeah.
I
Thanks,
know about
everybody.
those.
Thank you, Scott.
I do want to do a special shout out to Mary because I know all about those calls following up and
Mhm.
calling them. It's not just calling and thank you. No, it's a lot about going around. So Mary, I appreciate you. I know all about those calls. So thank you. I'll applaud you for that. Thanks. So thank you, Barry. I already tell you, when I grow up, I want to be like you.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Thanks
no.
again, Chief Joseph, and Barry,
Thank
thanks
you.
for everything. You're
Thank
very,
you, Karen.
very,
Thank you.
very important. So thank you. Yeah. And Patty, and hi, Terry. Yeah, it's great
Do I
that
have
you're
a motion
here.
to
So
call it?
the
How does
motion
that go?
passed.
How does that,
Yeah.
Brandon? I'm
Oh,
still-
Karen, good job.
It was very
Yes.
much Scott. Thank you, Scott. So yeah. Okay. Good night, everybody.
Are
Thank
we
you,
adjourning
Good
Patty.
night, Karen.
Yeah,
Bye.
Thank
Night.
you.
we do
Good night.
German,
Thank you,
Bye.
Richard. Yeah. Bye. Bye. Good night, Patty.
Bye-bye, everybody.
All right.